Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, quick intraday update on Saturday. Obviously, as forecasted, Saturday is a slow day. That's what we can usually expect, especially if we know that Bitcoin is likely in a wave 4 correction. A wave 4 is typically a very boring wave. Very, very interesting that these wave 4s oftentimes occur on a weekend, especially on Saturday. So yeah, we are in a wave 4 on the lower time frame. We're going to take a look at that in a minute. That's obviously here. So therefore, we did highlight that probably we will spend some time in this consolidation area on Saturday. That's what we observe. Wanted to take the opportunity to take a look at the bigger picture because there are new viewers every day, and we're still tracking an overall bullish scenario for Bitcoin. We can make the case for the bear market low being in, so that we will not make another low below the November 22 low. That's at the moment obviously not fully confirmed yet, and we still need to be very careful. Below 18K, we have to assume that we will make another bear market low. So we talk about a sustained break below 18K here, and then the price could take us to 8 to 10K actually, okay? Someone commented that I am very bearish on Bitcoin, which is obviously not true, but I wanted to take that comment as opportunity to give you an idea of the daily time frame. I show that every day, basically every day, every other day. So if you are hanging around and subscribe, then you will get regular updates about the daily time frame for Bitcoin. The Bitcoin chart suggests actually quite a bullish picture. We have formed a so-called 1-2 setup, and then possibly another 1-2 setup is currently in the making. You see that here, that's quite bullish. As soon as this wave 2 is finished, we should see a third wave rally into the 40K region for Bitcoin. A low, however, cannot be confirmed yet. I'm talking about a local low here. It is technically possible that this wave 2 low, which might still be in the making, actually finished already on the 11th of September. But I cannot confirm that at this stage. I first need to see a 5-wave move to the upside, followed by a 3-wave pullback. And this movement needs to be large enough to make it a reliable signal. At the moment, we haven't got that signal, and we only have 3 waves up, as you can see, of the recent lows. Therefore, the forecast is still for lower prices. Bitcoin could potentially form this head and shoulders pattern here. Head, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And overall, the Fibonacci extensions forecast should take the price into the region between 22 and 24K. That's here on the log chart, the area between the 38.2 and the 50% fib levels. And on the linear chart, we're dealing here with, I think it is the 50% and the 61.8. But it doesn't really make a great difference. Key is that these are 2 key levels. And if I take the Fibonacci extensions, they actually send us in this C wave to around about 22.7K. Feel free to ask a question in the comments if you have a question about this, but this should show you that indeed we are actually quite bullish on Bitcoin and Ether. Most altcoins, however, we are still quite bearish on and have been for the last few months. I think for the last, I don't know, 6 months or so. I don't know. Obviously, it's you know, time is running, but you need to understand that there are a few bullish setups already in the crypto world or across the altcoins, but we're scanning through so many different coins, and there's only not even a handful, I think, that's currently showing us some decent upside potential from here. But bear in mind that most coins have now are about to complete a multi-month, that's maybe even 6-month long correction, maybe even longer actually, some of them. So these long corrections, they are maybe not finished, not quite, but we are getting into support regions for many coins where we should see a larger bounce at some point. Bitcoin, however, doesn't really want to come down, okay? It doesn't really want to come down. Ethereum is currently doing what it's supposed to be doing. Bitcoin as well, but Bitcoin is too slow on the way down. So it's just an observation at the moment. Looking at the detailed wave count, unchanged. We're still dealing here with a situation in which likely this B wave topped on the 2nd of October. We're now coming down in the C wave. I did explain to you 22 to 24K is the key area. It's actually the 61.8 and the 78.6 fib level on the linear chart. And then, yeah, I mean, I prefer the orange wave count, as already indicated in the last few videos. They're basically both, you could say, essentially the same count and the same scenario, just different routes of getting to the to the target, okay? So in the yellow wave count, we should see a much more rapid sell-off, but then I would like to see that happen now. In the orange wave count, we are in a wave 4 at the moment, which would result in a wave 5 down. That would complete a larger degree wave 1, then we get a wave 2, then we get a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5. So that will take some time to play out. I will take out the subwave structure of the yellow count because I don't see it as a likely one anymore. But that doesn't mean the yellow count couldn't play out. But I'm not happy with that subwave structure anymore, so we'll take it out. Either way, resistance is 27,620, and against that level, we focus on lower. Interesting is that this wave 4 seems to be playing out over the weekend. That's what we often see. Consolidation could still go a little higher, could get into that resistance area, no problem. And what I mentioned in the previous videos is that oftentimes Bitcoin likes to do that the wave 2 has roughly the same length as wave 4. So someone asked me the question, okay, shouldn't wave 2 and 4 be different? The guideline of alternation. Well, first of all, it's only a guideline. But then, yeah, it's often that if the wave 2 is a flat structure, the wave 4 would be a zigzag and things like that, but not necessarily in time. Okay, timing is anyway very hard to predict when we talk about markets, and Elliott Wave is not a time-based system, but then still it should have the right look, and it's worth to know how a market typically behaves in a wave 4. So I was just referring to the time that it takes to complete the wave 4. It often is similar to the time of the wave 2. Not always, but often. Okay, so yeah, so against that resistance level, we continue to focus on further downside. I don't expect much movement today, and probably tomorrow, late tomorrow, we start to see a little bit of movement. There were some positive ETF news, but this news or these events, yeah, or whatever it is, they are already priced in. So it is unlikely that whatever happened, you know, there's been some news about the SEC and the ETFs and whatever. It didn't lead anywhere. Yeah, maybe it was this small spike there and it was sold off again. See, and that all adds up because it looks very corrective. Okay, so when there are positive news events or anything, okay, that if something like that happens and we are actually in a correction and the trend is down, then you normally don't see a lot of action. Yeah, that's basically it in a nutshell. Let me know if you have a question. Key support, I did forget that. Key support levels, micro support down there at 26.5K. Then we have 26K, and below that 25.3K. All of these should be taken out eventually in the orange and yellow wave count. We only have to change the expectation above 27,620. So yeah, it's a boring range. And a lot of people expected October. You know, it's just, yeah, from seasonality's point of view, the last few months of the year are really bullish normally. So far, we can't see that. We can see that in the stock market potentially, but we cannot see that in crypto, at least not yet. Even though I think a lot of altcoins are really, really oversold, and they have now undergone, you know, several months of corrections. So I think it's time for some of these to start to show some decent rallies, but I haven't got the evidence yet. That's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. As a channel member, you get access to our weekly live stream. Tomorrow we've got the next one. It's educational as well as focused on some coin charts. So we cover member requests. You also get access to Discord and Telegram, our chat rooms and educational content. And as a gold member, you get access to short-term market updates. If you're interested in stocks and the S&P 500, then check out our stocks and share service. Link is also in the description, and here you get access to daily updates about the S&P 500 as well as several stocks and shares. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.